Welcome everybody. Happy Friday, at least in the United States. Friday, I'm back east and I'm here with my wonderful friend, Laurika Bretherton from Sweden. And thank
Hi,
you for being
everyone.
Yes, thank you for being here. She is also my Reiki 1 teacher, and we had a wonderful experience. She has her own channel, of which I did post up for you to see. And Larika is well versed in all manner of creativity. She writes, she loves to read, she paints, and she's an energy worker. She's also a Buddhist, and so she and I love that because we
Yeah.
resonate with that philosophy. And so we haven't been together for quite a while, and I thought it was about time we did. And so Larika decided that today she we talked about what we do, and we're going to talk about different forms of energy work. And we'll be happy to answer questions for you if we have the answers and to provide that.
Mm.
Good morning, Hypnicity. Good morning, Deb and Kate. It's great to see you all. Thank you for being here, ladies. And anybody else that's out there, thanks for being here as well. I'm going to turn this over to Laurika at this point because she's going to give us a little bit of background. And then we'll be doing some exercises. We'll be having some fun. So go ahead, Laurika. You can go ahead and talk.
Thank you, Ali. Thanks,
Uh,
everyone. It's so great to be here. um, yeah. So let's have a little talk about energy and how energy works. And I'm going to mainly focus initially on energy in our bodies, in our physical bodies. And I love that little dog there. He's such a cool little fella. Is it a girl or a boy again?
Oh, this is Caramel. She's a little girl, and she's
Oh, she's,
actually almost 10. So, thank
they're
you.
always young.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm going to just talk for a couple of minutes about energy in terms of our physical bodies and describe it a little bit how it works. And then we're going to do a couple of exercises so you can feel the energy, and then we can have questions. And I know Ali has some experiences that she wants to share. So then we just take it from there. So
Yeah,
I'm going to start with um, first saying that this is my interpretation of how I see energy.
absolutely.
Everybody has their own
It's a different.
way of seeing it, but this is
Mhm.
how I usually describe it in my classes and talk about it in general. So we all have a physical body, right? And our physical bodies are made up of different components. We have fingers and we have skin and we have organs, and all these things work together to form a physical body. But we also have something that we call a subtle energy system. And
Mhm.
this subtle energy system, just like the physical body, is also made up of different elements. So we have things like our chakras that you have heard of, I'm sure, our aura, our meridians, and our life force energy. So I'm going to go a little bit into those elements now. Our life force energy is what I define as the thing that keeps us alive. And our physical bodies um, are here on this earth alive because of our life force energy that flows through it. Sometimes it's also called the soul or the prana. And this life force energy flows in and out of our bodies through our chakras. And our chakras act like valves, like oxygen that we breathe in and out. The same way we breathe this life force energy in and out of our bodies through the chakras. And we have quite a few chakras, many chakras. We have major chakras and we have minor chakras. Our minor chakras include things like the palms of our hands, and
Mhm.
healers use that a lot.
Beautiful.
Energy healers, yes, exactly. Yeah. And you can feel them sometimes tingle
Really.
and
Yeah.
get warm or cold. Then we have the chakras on our feet. We also have chakras on our shoulders, which are really nice when you work with energy and you just touch your shoulders. It just feels like this
True.
nice breath that you can release, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we have the major chakras. It starts at the base of the spine, at the bottom of our sitting bone, and it works its way up to slightly just above the top of the head. And there's 7 of these major chakras. So the chakras are the valves that lets the life force energy in and out of our bodies. Okay. So when the life force energy comes into our bodies, then it has to flow, right, through our bodies. And the way it flows through our bodies is through the meridians. This comes from the Chinese medicine. You must have heard, I'm sure, about it before. And these meridians, they have this, they form the same line as veins or blood vessels. So they follow the same lines. And just like blood vessels move the oxygen through the body, the meridians move the life force energy through our body, so that our body has this beautiful light inside of it, full of energy that flows to the tips of our fingers, through our whole body. And then the last thing, which I haven't talked about, is the aura. And then I will tell you how
Mm-hmm.
it all fits together.
Mm.
So the aura surrounds our physical body. It's also called the energy body that surrounds our physical body. And it also has many layers. I usually work with 3 of these layers, but all you need to know is that the layers of the aura, the closer it is to our physical body, the more dense. And then the further the aura is from the body, the more ethereal it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
And this, our aura doesn't have an end. We don't have an end, a physical, like an end to it, right? It just
Mm-hmm.
keeps going. It just, the further away, the more ethereal it gets. And the way I see it is that when you, when we do like work, like psychic work, or when we communicate with somebody that isn't here, that is, we do that through the aura. Our
Mm-hmm.
life force energy that flows through the aura, that connects with another being on another level. And that's how we communicate, according to me, right? How
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
how I
Yep.
see it. That's
I think
how
it's
we
a beautiful
communicate.
explanation. Not
Yeah.
only that, but it also, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm just
No.
thinking that, we have this aura but when people come into our aura, they
Yes.
bring their aura in and
Yes.
their energy in, and there's
Yes.
always some kind of a shift, I would think.
It's a communication without
Sure.
us sometimes even realizing it, but we
Correct.
can feel it. If you
Yep.
tuned into that, you can feel how somebody else's aura
Yeah,
comes into
you
you,
can. Or if
right?
you're uncomfortable with it, one or
Yeah,
the other.
sometimes you
Yeah.
get really, you just like want to move away a little bit.
Please back up. Yeah.
Like, back off, please. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
so the way it works is, let's take our physical body, right? So we have air that we breathe in through our mouth and our nose,
Hmm.
goes into our lungs, and then from there, it the oxygen flows into our bloodstream and it goes through the veins, right? And it travels. So
Hmm.
now, when we look at energy, how it moves, we have the life force that comes in through our aura, flows into our bodies through the chakras, into our bodies, through the meridians, and then again out, flows out of our bodies through the chakras into the aura. So it works very much the same as our physical bodies work in terms of breathing. This is the
Hmm.
energy, we're just breathing the energy basically through our chakras. Now, sometimes what happens is our chakras might get a little bit off balance, right?
Hmm.
It might get a
Yep.
bit closed, sorry, it might get a little bit closed, or it might get too open, and then the life force energy doesn't flow so nicely. And then when that happens, we tend to lose, we don't have physical energy because our subtle energy system doesn't flow well. So we can get sick and just not feel right. But once we
Right.
work a bit on this balance inside of us, of our chakras, then we feel the sense of well-being, and it also helps us to be more healthy. Okay, so we have many
Mhm.
ways of rebalancing the chakras. You have all these exercises that you can do yourself. You can do chakra clearing exercises, rebalancing. That's usually all it takes for you. Not always, sometimes you might need a bit more, but you can just do these exercises to clear the chakras. Or you can go to an energy healer and they can help you clear your energy a little bit or rebalance your energy. Okay,
Right.
so
Yep.
that's the whole how I see energy works in the body, and how we can, how we can feel it, and how we communicate psychically with our
Mhm.
life force energy through our aura.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. You've given. I mean, I've read an awful lot about this, and I also have worked with energy. And the way you've explained it is really nice. And it's, I agree with you. Let's put it that
Mm.
way. And I also agree that there are other people who may feel a little bit differently or work differently with the energies.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm always open to any other interpretation. But
Yeah.
I feel really comfortable with the way you've explained it. And I'm going to apologize to everybody. I've got this pop up in front of me and I cannot see the chat and I cannot get rid of it.
Oh
So I
no.
just want everybody to know that until I can do that, I can't answer any questions, and I don't know what the heck's going on. But the planets are all whacked. So
Oh no. I can
I know
also.
it's just crazy. Yeah,
Oh.
it's crazy. It's like it's frozen. So anyway, I apologize to anybody. I can only see it. I'm sure. I don't believe anybody else can. But I think. Do you see any questions over there at all, Laurika, that anybody
Okay.
has asked?
I just having a look here.
I apologize. Yeah.
No, no, I don't see any
No.
questions
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
But maybe the next
Okay.
step that we can do is we can do some exercise. I've got two exercises that we can do.
Good.
And then after that, if
Yep.
anybody has questions about it or things they want to say, then we
Yeah.
can do it
Sure.
through the
We'll answer the
exercise.
question.
And Annie
Yep.
also has something she wants to share. Oh, she's gone. Oh, thank you, Viviane. Viviane, I think. Sorry if I say it wrong. I think we lost Ali. So I'm just going to talk a little bit until she comes back. Tammy Jackson, you said, I feel energy all the time. My body vibrates and pulses. I can't determine why it's happening when it happens just yet. That's really interesting. I think sometimes we just need to, uh, you just, it's actually, sometimes your energy can feel a little out of control, like you don't have energy with it. And the way I do is I use breath to manage energy, the energy that moves. I imagine it like, um, how can I have this one? It's like a golden light, right? I work with golden light. And then when I feel my energy just a little bit out of whack, it doesn't feel completely right, I focus on my heart center. And then what I imagine is I'm breathing golden light into my heart. Just gently. I just inhale. And as I inhale, I imagine I breathe golden light in and it fills my heart center. And as it fills my heart center, it starts to travel down my body to all the way down my legs to my feet, and then up shoulders, arms, hands, fingers, up into my head. And then I breathe out the golden light, that same golden light, and breathe it into my aura. And then you kind of find this balance between um, the inside and the outside, and then your energy starts to balance a little bit. So I hope that helps you if you maybe want to try something like that. um, Okay, so um, let's do these exercises that I talked about. Oh, you're back.
Sorry about that. I got rid of that thing anyway.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so
good.
sorry,
That's
everybody. Yeah.
okay. Well, Ali, I just described an exercise because what is her name? Tammy Jackson talked
Yeah.
about she feels energy and it vibrates and pulses, and
Ooh,
she
okay.
doesn't always know
Oh,
uh,
yeah. She isn't
when it
determining why it's happening when it
yes.
does. Yeah.
So I
Okay.
just talked a little bit about that and gave
Great.
a
Great.
exercise. But let's try
Okay.
these two exercises.
Okay. Thank you for being so professional, my dear.
Oh no, it's all good.
All right.
Yeah, Tammy, that's a good idea. Get in a bath. Water is the best
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
right? Because we're
Yep.
made out of water, so it just is the best thing ever.
Yep.
Okay, so those two exercises. The first one, many of you might have already done these, but they're always fun to do. So we just play with them.
Okay.
Is we're gonna try and feel like we're gonna create an energy bubble. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
what we do is we take our hands and we just place them in almost like a cupped, a little bit cupped, and then we start slowly moving it forwards and backwards, like just gently closer and closer together. And eventually you're going to start feeling like there's like a resistance, very, very slight resistance. Yeah, almost like a balloon
Mm-hmm.
being pushing, slight resistance. And then you can feel this, like that Ali is doing, creating this beautiful bubble. You might sense a color in this, or you might just feel something. Yeah, beautiful.
I'm gonna
And
put
then
it
we can
on.
just send it up.
I'm gonna put it on and then I'll
Or
send it.
you can put it over you. I usually send it up, but that's a
Just bring it down like a
beautiful.
helmet, right? Yeah.
Cover yourself with that beautiful light. Yes,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And
Oh,
and then if you want to see your aura, you hear
yeah.
people talking about being able to see their auras. I
Uh-huh.
don't see aura in light, different colors. I just see it in like a shimmer that is close. So what you do is you hold your hand just a little bit away from you and try and have a light background behind you so that there's not patterns or stuff behind where you're looking. And then just let your eyes rest. Yeah. Your gently rest your eyes here, like where your skin ends. Yeah. And just look for a little bit at it, and you're going to start to see, some people see a shadow,
Mm-hmm.
just a little shadow above your skin, or they see like a shimmering, almost like a second skin, but it's
Yeah.
more see-through. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like your aura. I think, to me, that is my emotional layer of the aura. That's the layer that's the closest to your physical body, the emotional layer.
Mine's
And
indigo. I love it. It's
oh,
beautiful.
beautiful, that's my favorite color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I see mine as just like a shadow. It's almost the
Uh-huh.
same.
Yeah.
It's like it has a little line above, but it's see-through, but it
Yeah.
ends
It
like
is see-through. Your finger is see-through almost. Yes.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, so
Yeah.
you can, and if you feel like you can't see it, try a dark background. Try sometimes in the evening or in the morning. Just try different times of the day and see if you can do it.
Oh.
I was actually watching a couple of days ago. I was looking out my window and I saw this crow sitting on the roof across from me. And I have never seen an aura so beautiful as this crow's aura, because you can start to see other beings,
Mm-hmm.
animals, people's auras
Uh-huh.
as well. And he had this, it was just this, exactly like this, not a shadow, it's light around him. And it had these like flares that went in and out, and then they would come back, and almost like he was expanding and then
And
contracting.
contracting.
And
Yeah.
I was amazed. It was the most amazing
It
experience.
is amazing.
Really
And
wonderful.
crows recognize you. That's the cool thing about crows. Did you know
Yes,
that? Yeah.
yes,
That,
yes. I love.
they usually, if they've seen you once, they will recognize you if they
Yes,
see you again.
yeah.
And so
Oh, I
that makes
love.
it even more interesting. I wonder if he was looking at your aura.
Yeah, I wonder too, because I really like, I send
Uh-huh.
them Reiki, I send them healing. They
Yeah.
always come and sit on this roof across from me, like, and
Uh-huh.
we like
Uh-huh.
have this little
They can feel it. I'm
communication.
sure they do. Yeah, I'm sure they know. Oh,
Yeah,
let's go over here. This lady is always working with us. Yeah.
yeah,
Mary
yeah.
Ellen, yours is green? Good. That's a
Oh,
healing color.
nice.
That's a beautiful healing color.
Oh,
Hello,
I
Andrea.
love, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And the heart
absolutely.
chakra is green as well. So really
Correct.
very, very beautiful, very
Hmm.
healing and yeah,
Yeah.
loving. Mm.
When I, many years ago, had my aura photography done,
Oh,
we
yes,
did
I
it.
have.
We did it, and I don't think they do it as much as they used to, but we did
Yeah.
it, and I had a beautiful aura that was seen. But then we went in and we did a meditation, and I came back in and had it taken then. And you could see the change in the color.
Oh,
And it was,
yeah.
oh, everybody's was so beautiful. Like one guy, he had almost like his was really strong. And his was almost as though it was an angel
Oh,
behind him. It
wow.
just was awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I haven't seen anybody that does that recently, but it was a great experience just to try the first thing. Okay, Jan's free. Yours is dark pink.
Oh,
That's a
that's wonderful. Dark
beautiful.
pink is the heart center, the heart chakra is green, but I
Uh-huh.
always imagine it has little bits of speckles of pink in it because it's
Mhm.
self-love and self-care, and
Right.
pink represents that color. So, yeah, that's a wonderful.
It
Hi,
is.
Andrea.
Yeah. And though, if we're looking at our hand and
Mm.
we can see it, that may be a different color though than around our head, wouldn't you
Yes.
say? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily have the whole all the same. It's just
Uh-huh.
different energy and different. So the chakras, just to get back to that, you know that they like so they light, right? They these energy balls of light, and they
Uh-huh.
vibrate to different colors. So each chakra has a specific job
Uh-huh.
and
Yep.
has a specific color. And maybe we could at some point do a live on chakras alone, because
That would be wonderful. That would be
I
wonderful.
also
Yeah.
have a free mini chakra class. Sorry to promote, but on my
No, please
website
do. Yeah,
under
please do.
gifts,
Mhm.
under the section gifts, I have a mini free chakra class if anybody wants to look at it.
Great.
And
Yeah.
so
Yep.
it's all different colors. And so
Uh-huh.
the colors are so important because they all mean something else. And when your aura vibrates as well to a specific color,
Yes, it does. Yes,
that
it does.
also means something, right? So yeah, it's really
And
interesting.
they always say things like when someone's really angry, they say, I saw red.
Yes,
That's a
exactly.
saying.
And
Or
the root,
I'm green with envy, or I'm,
yes, which is
whatever
the
it is.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you have to wonder, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea, that's really interesting. They leave shiny gifts. I love
Yes.
that. You'll have to look for that. You'll have to see if those
I'm gonna have to check.
crows leave
But
you something.
crows leave gifts. I was living in Richmond in London, and I used to leave on my balcony. I left little um, nuts and things for the crows, and I
Uh-huh.
would come back. And once I had a chicken bone left from me,
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
and other times I have stones, little stones, and so they absolutely leave
They
gifts.
do. They
They and
resonate with
things
you.
that shouldn't be on this balcony because I was on the fifth floor. It was impossible
Uh-huh.
for, but
Uh-huh.
things would just appear like
Right, right.
from the
Do
crows.
you
It's
think crows are one of your spirit animals? Do you think so?
I
Are
think
they?
so. Yeah,
I
I have
think sounds
very,
like
very
it.
close connection with
Yeah,
crows.
it really does.
I
Mhm.
really work with them a lot. And
Great.
everywhere I go, there's crows. I don't know. Anywhere where I go and stay for a while, or
Uh-huh.
even
They
when I
follow
was,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
with my mum in South Africa, I
Uh-huh.
went to visit her a few years ago. and suddenly there was just crows on the rooftop across, and
They
she said,
probably
"What are
follow
these
you.
crows doing here?" And I'm like, "Mom, it's my birds."
They probably say, well, she's going on a trip. Let's find her, you know? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's
That's
very,
so
very
wonderful. No, I remember reading about this, and I never knew about this maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. And I heard a whole NPR had a big thing in National Public Radio about crows and the meanings and how they recognize you and all that stuff.
yeah.
So don't be mean to them because,
Oh, no, no, they remember.
yeah,
Oh,
they
they
remember.
remember.
They do
Yes.
remember. Yes.
Yes.
There's something
I have
about
a
them.
book that I bought called The Gifts of the Crow.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not sure who wrote it now. It's a
Hmm.
science kind of a book, and
Sure.
they talk about, and they have all these people that did tests, like scientists that not test
Yep.
bad tests, like they just
No, I
check,
know what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah,
like
how they behave,
studies on something.
yeah,
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
natural environment.
right,
And it's amazing how clever they are, and the
right.
stuff they do, and the community. Exactly, Andrea.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah,
their
yeah.
communication. They have different voices. Like the ones that come here on the roof across from me, they have these like this cute little voices, and then the next moment is like rah, rah, and then they make these cute little voices. Like, it's just so
Oh,
sweet. Yeah,
that's funny. I'm
yeah.
finding it very interesting staying here with my friends because I've never had a cat
Oh,
ever. I'm just a dog person, and she has
yeah.
these two beautiful black cats, and they are
Yeah.
so friendly. But they go downstairs and they find socks and they bring them up, and that's their gift, I guess. And
Oh,
then they start zooming all over the place, making all these
wow.
funny. I've never experienced that, so it was so much fun. I'm finding the animals are really teaching me a
Yeah.
lot that I didn't know, and I'm
Yes,
open
they are
to
the
it.
best
Yeah,
teachers.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so their energy is absolutely beautiful as well. Yeah. They have
Did you?
lookouts that communicate, she
Yes.
said.
Yes,
Okay.
you know what they do? If I can say one more thing about the crows,
Yeah, of
I
course.
can talk
No,
about
go
the
ahead.
crows for hours. They
Hmm.
they have like these. It's true, Andrea. They have these lookouts. So I think I live on the line of between where they roost, because about 7 minutes from where I live is the old cathedral in Lund, and they
Hmm.
have nests behind. There's these massive old trees, and they roost there, and that's where they nest and sleep. And in the
Yeah.
mornings they fly to the fields, so they fly over. But every morning and every afternoon there's like one and two crows that land on the roof, and then
Hmm.
they act as guides or scouts, and then the
Wow.
rest come across. And then
Uh-huh.
once everybody has flown across, then this last one will go and make sure everybody's fine. It's almost like
Everybody's
you have them at different points of the journey so that they all
yeah.
go together.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
magnificent.
Yeah. Oh, Deb, yes, her energy is beautiful. And when I was learning
Thank you.
my Reiki, the first Reiki, I just really resonated. She's very heart centered. Thank you so much. Hi, Kiba. Nice to see you. Good morning.
You
Um,
wanted to say something, Ali, about
I do.
energy.
I want to tell you. I
Yes.
went to my sorority. I'm back here in New Hampshire, where I went to college, and my sorority sisters and I have not been together for many, many years, really. And one of my sorority sisters I hadn't seen in 46 years. And
Wow.
she was just a pistol when I was a kid, which means she was fun and crazy. And she showed up, and she is a energy healer. And
Oh,
she wasn't like that in college, and I wasn't what I am now, so we're like, wow, we really resonated. So I sat with her and talked about it. And the next day I took my friend and we went over to get an energy healing with gongs and bowls and
oh,
chimes.
yes.
So her dad was the dean of the college, and I knew him very well because I was the president of the student body when I was there. So we went to lots of meetings. He passed about 4 years ago. So I'm at this thing. She's got us laying on the floor with pillows and blankets, with our feet toward the gongs and the bowls.
Mm.
And she starts out with the chimes, and she, tells us to relax and shut our eyes and everything. Honest to God, I've never had anything more incredible than I think I've ever had in my entire life. All the chakra colors came in. I had started out with the red, the snake came up and uncoiled all the way up my spine. Then it went to orange. Then it went to, as she's doing it. And, the gongs are going off, and then I'm seeing all kinds of things. I mean, I'm seeing color, I'm seeing light come and go. I felt anesthetized. That's the only thing I can say. I've been anesthetized for surgeries. And when you come out, you're groggy and that's what it felt like. And it was just from going down to that energy level. And at the very end, when she brought us back out very slowly, and she said, "Did you hear these chimes at all?" Because we weren't watching. We were laying down. We weren't watching what she was doing. Yeah. She said, "That was my dad. He came in to tell you thank you for coming." And so he sent the yes, it is cool. It is cool. Wow. I agree. It was an amazing experience.
Wow.
And it only showed me just how powerful that these things are that we don't even think about. First of all, I said, "Can I bump the gong?" And I bang the gong, and she's like, "That's not going to help you, hon. You have to do that very gently." She's been doing it for years. And she explained everything. But I think the best thing I want to tell you about is that she had a grandmother bowl. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
And it's a big brass bowl. They're all from Tibet. And you stand in this bowl, and there's a place to put your feet like this. Yes. But you move your feet to the sides of the bowl, and she taps the bowl, and all of the grounding comes up your legs into your higher chakras. You can feel if it's blocked or not. Yeah. My friend had more blockages but she does work on it. I felt like I could float. That's how I felt.
Goodness.
Help me out. I had to go sit down. It was surreal. It was amazing. And she said that when she does a private thing, because this was more of a group thing, when she does a private thing, she starts you there, and then she puts you through all this energy work. She puts different colors and things on your back for each chakra. Yes. Puts the poles on your back. I didn't experience that, but what I did experience just blew me away, and I would recommend it highly to anybody if you can find it. But have you had that?
I've heard of this, that you stand inside of this bowl and then they do this thing, and the vibrations just go. I think the closest I've had to something like that was I've had tuning forks. I don't know if you know that, and my sister-in-law does it, and she would put it at the same pressure points that you would do with what is that thing with the needles? Acupuncture.
Yes.
Acupuncture. But she does it with the tuning fork. So she puts that, and you can feel the vibration goes right through your body. Like you can feel it vibrate inside of you. It is just amazing. It was
so I asked her, could I bring my dog into this thing? And she said no. But then she told me why. She said, if you brought your dog in, they don't have a way to ground themselves or come out of the experience. So they're sort of like floppy and soggy for days, and it's too much energy. She said she's seen dogs laying down, and you have to lift them up and bring them up. And it takes sometimes days for those.
Oh my goodness. It's so strange. Poor puppies.
So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want her to be, just flat for the rest of it. But
she's going.
Kids are the same way. Like this was an hour. This was an hour we were there. Wow. She did this. She said kids are like 10 minutes and dogs are like 5 minutes. That's it.
The dog is going to get a heroin shot, Addie. He's going to be like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're asking about my friend with the bowls. She is going to be interviewed by me probably when I get back to Seattle, and I'm going to introduce her to you all. And wouldn't surprise me if she didn't have a channel at some point, because a lot of people will do that. But she's amazing. She really is. And I don't think she even realized how amazing she really was. But she has more than $30,000 worth of these bowls and gongs and all that. And she worked with an energy healer from Tibet. That was her teacher.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
So
they have
it's something I know
amazing.
you would love, Laurika. I know
Yes,
you.
I'm really very. They have such amazing healing abilities and exercises. I don't know what the word is in Tibet. It's really the is it the Bon tradition has got these shamans, Tibetan shamans that came before Buddhism in Tibet. They are the
That's right.
original religion of Tibet, and they just have the most amazing. They work like, and Andrea would probably know about that as well. They work with the elements, all like the
Mhm.
5 elements, not just the 4, and they really focus on healing with the elements and how you can, when you balance
Yeah.
yourself with each of the elements, how your whole life becomes in balance, like your whole being is in
Well,
balance.
this definitely aligned all my chakras,
Oh,
and I
wonderful.
burst out. I knew I would. I burst out crying when I was completely done, and I knew I had released an awful lot of
It's
junk.
a release. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. Yeah.
Thank you, Andrea, for the compliment. I have a Facebook, everybody. That's where I put all my photos. So if you have Facebook, feel free to friend me.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
please do. And she does have her own channel, of which I've put up here. And this summer she's been mostly traveling, but she is also a reader, and she's a Reiki teacher. She teaches all kinds of, and she does it through Zoom. So yeah, she's an amazing lady, and she certainly got me started on my journey. And so yeah, I want to make sure everybody knows that. And yes, please promote whatever it is that you have, Laurika, because I want people to know that they can reach you, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really wonderful to teach you. So yeah, I really enjoyed
It
it.
was fun. I was so ready for it. And,
Yeah.
you know, I will tell you that during that process, if I had known that, I'm glad I didn't know, but if I had known about my roof that would happen 3 months
Yeah.
later,
Yeah.
I would just be shocked if I had not had that. I would have been a very different person and very
Yeah.
different in my reactions.
Mm.
And so it really saved me. It saved me a lot. So
I'm
I
sure.
owe that to you
Yeah.
because, you know, we need to work with that and
Mm. Yeah.
nothing you can do, you know, and I never
Yeah.
had that attitude before. So
Yeah.
I really am grateful for the
Oh,
way
thank
you,
you. And it's once your energy, when we start working with our energy, it
yeah,
feels like the world around us just start to become like, even though crazy things happen, like you say with
yeah,
your room,
yeah,
insane things happen around us, but we still keep our center in a way. We
we
might,
do.
of course, we're going to wobble. Everybody wobbles. It's impossible to be like, but we
Correct.
not wobble as bad as we might have fallen completely over, and now we just wobble. So that's a
Correct.
big good
Correct.
good um
Yeah, and when I got out of there, we went out and we were hungry, so we went out and got something to eat, and we sat
yes,
outside on a picnic table, and the breeze and the trees
yes,
were rustling, and
yes.
it was like a whole new experience for me
You just
in this.
connect with everything around you. That sometimes happens when you come out of an amazing meditation and you
That's right.
walk outside and you just feel the world, like you can feel
You
everything.
can. It's a heightened experience.
Yes,
I can't say enough about it, and the way that you go about doing it isn't always the same for everyone. So I
no,
do want to mention, for instance, that Andrea works as, she doesn't call herself a shaman, but she is. Okay. So I want to say that she works the same but different.
yeah,
But wherever it is that we find our energy release or our energy ability to find and connect with it, then that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's where
yeah.
we're supposed to go. Yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like it's like meditation. You don't meditation for each person is different. For some
Yeah.
people it's okay to sit on a pillow and like close their eyes and do their thing. For other
Uh,
people it's almost impossible to do that.
yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
do another type. You mantra, you
Correct.
repeat a line of a prayer or a mantra or something over and over, and that's your meditation. And all
Correct.
these things are working with energy. It's like when
Mhm.
you meditate, you breathe in, it's the energy. You breathe out, you're aligning your energy. And the same with the mantra, because um,
Mhm. Mhm.
vibration, voice, that's energy that just like as we speak here, the vibration goes out. And with the intent that you send out the vibration with your voice can change everything
Oh,
inside
definitely.
of you. So if
Definitely.
you
Yeah.
repeat a beautiful prayer or mantra over and over as a meditation, it will shift the energy inside you to
Yes.
be more
It
balanced.
will. It
Yeah,
will.
yeah,
And oh my God, so much. Yeah, so true. And a lot of people are here in the chat that have said, but I can't. I have a hard time meditating. I can't quiet my mind. Well, when I was in that experience with the bowls,
yeah,
something would come in and I'd say nope, and it would go out, and it would come
yeah,
in and I'd say nope, and it would go out. And sometimes meditation in the natural way we were supposed to do it, or how they
yes.
tell us that we're supposed to quiet and all that, it doesn't always work for some folks.
No.
So they
No.
have to find that works for them. And
Mhm.
the other lady that was there with us, who was an animal communicator, who I want to have on as well, but
Wow.
she was saying that she resonates more to the drums, with the drum
Yes,
beat, which is
yes,
another form of energy. And she
exactly.
said, it's the
Yes,
heart and
that
you being in wild abandon, so to speak.
mm,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
exactly. And
Yeah.
meditation, the way we have learned meditation in the West is that
Mhm.
we're supposed to quiet the mind and be in this higher level state. But it's
Mhm.
not really what meditation is. Meditation is thoughts coming in, and
And
you
releasing them.
acknowledge it and you let it go. Another
Yep.
thought coming in, you acknowledge, and that happens continuously. Like it doesn't stop. It's not like we sit
Right.
in meditation and we have an empty mind. It's virtually
No.
impossible to
Right.
have a full empty mind. It's just
Y-
a way of controlling when a thought comes to let it go. And then
Right.
another thought's going to come in and you just need to let it go.
Yep.
Another
And
thought,
yeah,
that's
I've
all
I've
it
not
is.
always been able to do that, and
No.
through your Reiki teaching, and also from this experience, I felt really grounded in that idea, I guess. And I
Mhm.
don't think I've ever felt quite so grounded as I did. And I think the most interesting thing is, here's this young woman that I spent 3 or 4 years of my life with as a sorority sister, and
Yes.
then to find out she does this kind of work, and I felt immediate trust. And that's the other thing, when you're with
Yes.
a group, you want to, and I felt the same way with you. I feel the same way with some other folks. And when you feel that trust,
Yeah.
you can let go.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And then the energy can
Yes.
communicate.
We
But
can
it
communicate.
sounds like you found the thing for you, Ali.
I think it's
Yes.
worth everybody checking into. And the
Sure.
good part about this was, she is a real generous person, because she does a meetup here in the States. We have this thing called a meetup, where you can go in and you pay
Mm.
$20 for
Wow.
that. That's
Yes.
probably worth hundreds of
It's
dollars.
amazing.
She's
Yeah.
not, she's in it for the right reason, I guess is the best
Yes.
way to say it.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
really appreciated that about it. Um, yes, so Kate, you're right that you want to go back to that energy. But I didn't tell you guys what happened at the end of all of this. At the end of
Mm.
all this, as I'm coming out, just before I did, I felt an elevation and I felt Buddha mind.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't say I was enlightened, because I think
You had
it's,
a glimpse.
I had a glimpse.
Yes.
I
Yes.
felt as though
Yes.
the Buddha was here,
Oh, wow,
and
Ali.
that's my person that I
Yes.
feel connected to. Somebody else might say Mary or Jesus, or
Mm.
whatever. But it
Yeah.
was, and the other thing I wanted to say was, when you were mentioning about the mantra,
Yeah.
there are mantras that are on YouTube, and one of them is the Green Tara mantra,
Oh, yes.
which I
Yes.
love, and I listen to that all the time, and it keeps repeating itself
Is that
over.
the Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Re Soa? Yes. Oh, it is such a beautiful
Very
one.
heart-centered, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. You
Om
just
tare tu
repeat.
tare sure toha, right? Or
Yes. Yeah,
koha?
Toha or
Toha.
Soha. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it just, you get into it and they sort of sing-songy it on.
Yes, exactly. They
Yeah.
have a little like you can hum
Yeah.
along until you
Yeah.
get the
And
words.
you do not have to sit in a lotus position,
No,
everybody.
no, no. You can walk and do it.
You
You can
can.
walk.
You can.
You don't have to
That's
be.
my favorite type of meditation, actually,
Mm,
to be out
yeah,
in the world and
yeah,
walking in nature and
yes.
just listening to something and maybe being,
Be there where you are.
Yes.
Feel your
Yeah,
feet. Yeah.
that's right.
Mm.
Um, Andrea's working a lot with the ascension energies, and she says shamanism is shifting and moving into co-creation between the shaman and the person working. And I think this is too, Andrea, and I think Reiki is, and I think what Juno does. I think all of that is co-creation. It's you
Yeah.
agreeing to
Mm.
partner with this other energy and make that shift and lift your vibration to
Mm.
this wonderful place, and knowing also that you have to go, you're not always going to be up, like you said, you're not always going to be up here because we live in the world,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you are higher than you might have been if you had not done so.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Craig, there you go, in the Navajo, the shaman experience. Beautiful, Craig. Just
Oh,
beautiful.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Wow.
Um, yeah. Hi, Ivana. Hi, everybody that's come in. Thanks for coming in. I
Yes.
really appreciate it. Yeah.
Mm.
Does anybody have any questions for Laurika, especially because she's sort of the go-to gal, and I don't know if there's any other kind of energy work that you want to talk about at all.
I think, I mean, I did describe one of the exercises earlier
Okay.
about when you were offline, about the
Uh-huh.
breathing, using the light, and then
Okay.
you breathe into your heart and out of your heart with the light. And I think one of the things, that's one exercise. And another exercise that I think when you feel a little bit, um, not, when you, sometimes we get a bit, I want to say, out of control, like when your
Mhm.
day just goes
Yes.
and you're just not sure what's going on here. And a
Right.
way that you can bring yourself back into your body, because that's the only thing that happens when we get triggered or we lose it, is when we get out of our body. That's what
Right.
happens. When you
Right.
get super angry, you literally have left your body because you
True.
so expand and
That's right.
explode, right? So
Yeah.
all fear is the same thing. It's like you just, there's
Same emotion you're processing.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
break, but you're not that balanced. So what
Yeah.
you can do is you can imagine. I always work with golden light. That for me is
It's
very special.
beautiful. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just imagine golden light coming down through my chakra. So it comes into my chakra, crown chakra, and it just comes all the way down my body, all the way
Hmm.
through the center, all the way through. If I'm sitting down, I imagine it going through the base of my spine at my root chakra, and it
Hmm.
goes into the earth. And I
Yes.
feel myself connected to the earth. I feel myself back into my body. This golden
Hmm.
light is filling me, connecting me to the earth, but it's also connecting me to spirit, because we always want to be connected with spirit,
Oh,
to
yeah.
be open,
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
intuitive, to know what to say, when to say, those things. So you form this connection that's almost going down but going up at the same
Right.
time. And if I was standing up and I was doing it, I would imagine it going all the way through the legs, all the way down the feet, and then the feet goes into the light. The light goes into the feet, into the earth, and then you can
Yeah.
pull that back up.
Yeah. And just keeps going down.
Yes,
Right.
keeps going down, but also you pull, almost like breathing. So
Yeah.
you breathe
It's
the light in
circular.
and it goes
Yeah.
down. And then when
Yep.
you breathe out, the light comes back up from the earth so that you ground
Hmm.
it, and it comes back up out.
Up
So it's
through
like
to
and you
release.
just do that for like maybe 3 breaths. If you don't have time, you can just do it for 3 breaths. Imagine breathing in the light coming all the way down into the earth, breathing out, it comes back up through the head. And just do
Uh-huh.
that 2 or 3 times, and you'll immediately feel a bit more connected to
That's
your body.
wonderful. And I love that idea. And I want those newbies who are trying to, when we always say you need to ground yourself, we do. We just tell you that. And you're like, well, how the heck do I do that? You know,
That's,
that you're mostly thinking of yourself as working and growing roots that come out of your
yes,
feet and go down
exactly.
into the earth. Even if they're in the house, they go right through
Mm,
the floor and down into the basement and down further into the earth.
the tree, yes, that
Yeah.
is the way. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's awesome. Um, Vicky, I understand what you're saying, and I have to tell you that I had to wear glasses for a long time in my life, but then I had cataract surgery. So if I go out and take a walk, I don't need to wear my glasses anymore because I'm not reading something really. I'm
Mm,
just walking. And when I don't have my glasses on, I never knew this before because I was always either no glasses or all glasses. I feel taller. And I
oh,
guess it's because you're
vision.
looking through this lens that's not
Mm,
exactly
yeah,
you
you're
know
right.
yeah, it's very
Mm,
connected here. So once I did that, I felt taller, and it's amazing. I noticed it the first time and I wondered what the heck happened, because as you get older you shrink. I'm thinking I'm expanding, who knows, but
yes,
it's a
exactly.
really cool feeling. It's a really
Yeah,
cool
it's
feeling.
amazing.
It
Yeah,
is. Yep.
yeah.
And Craig, you were able to see the difference between good and evil after you went to ceremony. Wow.
That is amazing.
And I think with that connection, um, that is amazing, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's almost as though you probably felt scared because it was a lot of power that you had. Don't you think?
Mm,
Don't you think so?
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that must be quite a powerful experience.
It must be is right. Yeah.
There's
Thanks for
also
sharing.
a
Hmm.
way that you can, um, and I hope I'm not giving too many exercises, but you take the ones that work for you. But
Right.
there's a way that you can figure out if something is the right thing for you. We
Okay.
sometimes we use cards, or we always wonder, am I doing the
Mhm.
right thing? And you
Right.
can start to do this exercise to help you with your intuition, so that you
Hmm.
can learn, um, and trust yourself when you make a decision, that you're making the right decision for you at that time. And the
Hmm.
way you do it is, you say, I have a video on YouTube about this. I think
Okay.
it's
Good.
called
Good.
Expand Your Intuition or something. And
Uh-huh.
it goes like, you just first take a few breaths to settle yourself. I'm not going to take you through the exercise because it will take too long, but you
Okay.
take a few breaths and settle yourself. And then you say to yourself something that's true. So you say, my name is Laurika, because my name is Laurika, right? You say your
Right.
name. So you say, my name is
Hmm.
Laurika to yourself, and you feel how it feels in your body when you say something true, like this is who you are, or you say anything that you feel is true.
It's true. Right.
Yeah. And you feel it in your body. Like, how does your body feel it? Does it sit somewhere in the body? Okay. And then
Hmm.
you say, okay, now you say something that is a lie. You say, my name is Sam, or whatever, something that's
Right.
not true.
Something that's not right. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you say it. And then you feel again where it sits in your body. Like, how
Hmm.
does it feel now inside your body? And you just do that exercise. So you now know, you begin to recognize when something is true for you, how it feels, and when
Hmm.
something is not true, how it feels. And if you
Right.
do that every day, you're standing in the mirror, like brushing your teeth, and you say, I am brushing my teeth, because that's what you do. And you feel where it sits in your body.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, when you have a challenge and you want to do something, should I take this job? I want to, I want this job. How does
Hmm.
it feel? It doesn't feel, maybe it feels like that lie feeling, and your
Uh-huh.
subconscious will tell you immediately. Or, I don't want this job. How does that feel? So we can learn to trust our own feelings.
Intuition too.
And we
Yeah.
don't always have to ask somebody else. I mean, I love it when people ask me to read their cards,
Sure.
but we
Sure.
can
Yeah.
know for ourselves
We can know
what's
for
really.
ourselves
Yeah.
and honor that. Before I came here, I was a little unsettled because of travel, number one, and COVID and all that stuff before I flew this way. And but I wanted to see my friend who I hadn't seen for 3 years, and my brother lives in the area, and I wanted to see him because he's 76 years old, and life is short, you know.
Mm.
And I just didn't get a really good feeling at all. I know that, and I was afraid that it was something to do with the flight, or you know. But I kept pushing through it, and I was supposed to see my brother tomorrow, and he has COVID.
Oh, yes.
And
Well,
he has only 1.5 lungs. He's a Vietnam
mm,
veteran who,
yeah.
and he sounded like my dad today because he called me on the phone.
Oh,
So, I mean, I understand. I don't want to send him energy because I don't want COVID to go crazy on him. But
mm,
I'm going to just suggest that if anybody could just help me send a prayer out to my brother that he gets
yes.
better and has no
Yes.
issues, I would really appreciate it. But I also know that I was supposed to see him yesterday,
Hmm.
and it got, you
Yeah,
know, yeah,
maybe intuitively it was saying to you that
uh-huh,
wasn't going to happen
that's
before.
right, that's
Yes,
right. And I
yeah.
think it was telling me, listen to what it is
Mm,
that you're feeling or what's going on with you,
yeah.
and make the right decision. We always don't know if we are or not, but your guides and your angels and your own energy really
Yeah.
can guide
But
you. Yeah.
Ali, that sending him Reiki won't do any harm. It
Okay.
won't do any, Reiki cannot do any harm, and you're a Reiki
Okay.
practitioner. So you
Okay.
can send Reiki to anybody, to any
Hmm.
event, to anything. It
Don't
just,
they have to agree though? I thought they had to agree.
yes, you have
Okay.
me there. So what
Yeah.
I do is
Hmm.
there's a couple of ways you can get around it.
Grounding. Okay. Good. Good.
Is you tune in like what I suggested when you
Yes.
ask. So then you say, um, can I send Reiki to, oh, sorry, there's a car coming and it's a little bit noisy.
It's okay. It's not a
Okay.
problem. It's not that
So
loud.
you ask if it's okay to send Reiki to this person. You ask their higher self, and you will
Okay.
get an answer immediately. If you feel a little bit, oh, I'm not sure, then you don't send. But if it feels open, then you know it's okay. You can send. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So that's the one way. The other way I do, because this is how I do it with animals when I send Reiki to the birds, to the
Right.
crows, whatever,
Right.
is I send Reiki and I say in my, when I connect with Reiki and in my intention, I say that this energy will go to XYZ, whoever this is, for
Yeah.
their highest good if they want it.
If they
And
want
if
it.
they don't want the energy, it will go to Mother Earth. So
Okay.
it's you don't force it. It's
Covering
not
it.
going to
Yeah.
go on to them.
Correct.
Their higher self, just like your higher self knows what you want or
What's
don't
good
want,
for you.
will either
Yeah.
take it or not take it. So it's not a
Wonderful.
I'm sending and I have to send it and it's going. It's a
Yeah.
choice that they have. So you connecting with them on a
Mm-hmm.
spiritual uh,
Mm-hmm.
connection, if that makes
That's
sense.
wonderful. And Andrea's giving full permission. She's going in for an MRI, so full permission for Reiki energy on YouTube today. So God love you, girl, and
Yes, yes.
protect you and balance you out. Absolutely. Laurika, it's always, always so wonderful to work with you. And I want you all to know that she does have her own channel. And Sharon Sipe, thank you for putting all her information in. She's written some
Thank you.
books. She's just a fabulous person, and she's a great Reiki practitioner. So check out her channel, please. And she's got, like she said, she has some Zoom, I guess, Zoom meetings or something that you have for chakras. Is that
Yeah,
is
I
that what
have
you?
a video on my it's on YouTube, but it's on my website under gifts. There's a
Okay,
video on chakra, introduction to the chakra free mini class. So if
okay,
you want to learn more about chakras, you can just have a quick look there.
That's awesome. That's really good. Wow. Well, thank you so much. I'm sending beautiful, beautiful energy to all of you.
Yes.
And great blessings. Please be safe. Here in the United States, we have Labor Day weekend, so a lot of people are home. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that we're all aligned with wonderful energy and sending it out to you all.
And I
Thank you,
just want to say
Laurika.
thank you, Ali, for having me. It was so much fun to talk about energy. Thank you so much. And
It was
everybody in
so
the chat.
informative. I learned a lot myself, and I thank you because every
Thank you.
time that you talk, uh, it was mentioned that you have beautiful energy, and you do,
Oh,
and
thank
it comes out. So
you.
thank you, dear, and thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you to my moderators. Big hugs to both, everybody in one and the other, and anybody that's watching later. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great one. Bye bye.
Bye.